Well, actually, just before I came to you, I saw a local Red Cross worker delivering some water, and that's the first time we've seen any kind of aid being delivered to this particular camp in the last few days. And talking to people here, they do confirm that they haven't had any food aid and they haven't had any water in days. So they are actually suffering a great deal. We have heard and saw that our camera crews have recorded small organisations bringing food in, but we haven't seen any of the major aid deliveries that the international community is sending. Now these people are now camping out for their ninth straight night under the sky in the open, covered basically with some tarpaulins, but mostly with bed sheets, curtains and settee covers, just so basic. Now it's okay when it doesn't rain, but what happens when it does rain? So there's a sense of urgency now, and these people I've been talking to, they say they have nothing. And this is a country extremely poor, and very few people actually were working before this happened, so there's no great stockpile, no savings they can rely on. What is happening actually, however, and you see all these people around, they are actually coming together in a tremendous community spirit. They're helping one another in lieu of the international aid. They are providing things to people, whatever they have. It's not very much, but it's enough to sustain. Now, we keep asking the question, where is this aid going? What is happening? And we don't get a clear answer. United States Marines came in by helicopter today. They brought some aid supplies and landed on the beach. We don't know where that aid is going. We don't know who it's going to, but everywhere we go, we get the same question. When is the aid coming? Now, the small aid organization that we actually featured comes from a small church missionary in Florida, and they said they couldn't understand why aid is not coming through. That's something the Haitians can't understand either. Now, we've seen today that there were some basic isolated incidents of violence and some attempts by people to steal things, just basic things, because now anything they can get is a form of currency. They can barter or sell it and use it for food. They are desperate. People that we see say they are desperate, they need to get food. Now, the thing is, Haiti has had a history of violence in the past, and everyone is concerned that if these aid issues are not addressed and people get food soon, will those feelings of violence erupt on the streets? Anything could ignite it. We saw police firing over the heads of people today. What happens if they start shooting? We've seen a few incidents when people were killed, but the situation is not good. The questions are basically mounting up and the answers are not there.
But when you ask authorities, look, is there a sort of a sector-by-sector distribution plan, for example, what do they say?
We can't get, I think the organisation is the major problem. The aid is coming in, but who is actually going to distribute it? It seems it's coming piecemeal and on an ad hoc basis. We've seen people give aid to people from helicopters, for example, which just creates a kind of panic. The scenes that we filmed were of people who were pleading for food, and they were pushing, and it was almost a panic situation, but not quite. As the days go by, this will be a panic. You see these people, they're smiling, they seem quite happy, and it's been a pleasant evening here, but everywhere you go also you see people who are not smiling, people who are desolate. They've lost so much. They've lost their homes and their loved ones, and they're not getting food. It can't get much worse for them. The aftershock today just compounded and heightened their fears. So as people go on day to day, there's this sense of hopelessness.